And we've got Victoria 1 and Victoria 2. And so I'm very sure there's a few Victorians kicking around. We're going to need some goal waivers, some scorers. We're going to timekeeper. We'll just need a couple of goalkeepers each end of the pitch. And Victoria, what are we going to call our teams here? What do you reckon, Will? We've got Victoria on 1 and Victoria 2. We'll work something out. For the team down to the left. As the players walk in, umpires Will Weston and Lauren Silito read them the rights. There's 2 umpires out there to do the job. As players tap rackets. We just need a goalie up the far end. Victorian, Zachy Vines, he's heading down there. Down that far end, we just need a goal waiver. Looks like Robert Plush might be the man. Thank you very much, goal umpires. So, the exhibition match. Vic versus Vic. Looks like to make it easier, we've got one side in Traff shirts and the other one in the Vic shirts. Riding on for the Traff colours. The number 1, Kim Templeton. The number 2, Cass Milady. The number 3, Kelly Allen. For the Victorian side, the number 1, Taylor Radford. The number 2, Katie Martin. And the number 3 will be Nettie Radford. The ball was snapped up there up the front by Kim Templeton. And she'll look to put first blood on the board in the Traff shirt. She sent it over that 30-yard line, bounced, trapped, takes on Annette Radford now. Door slammed shut there by Radford. She played a pretty handy game this morning. He's the number 3 on the black horse out there. But Kim Templeton and Annette Radford do the dance, and Templeton comes out on top with first blood on the board. So 1 goal up in favour of the orange side, which is Vic 1. So this will be a pretty good tussle out the back here between Kelly Allen and Annette Radford. Both had pretty handy games this morning. The 3s are set, as are the rest of them. Ball went in, bounced off snapped up the front there by the 1, Taylor Radford. Put a little bit of a Hail Mary pass into her mum in Nettie. And Nettie come up with it, ran into a wall of orange defence, but Annette Radford, too good on that occasion, danced around a lot of them as though they weren't even there, looked up, found the number 1 in Taylor. So Taylor Radford, the goal scorer for the Vic side, the Vic number 2. As they dance around, sucks back to the right hand and evens up the score, 1 goal apiece in the early stages of the first chukker. Umpire Will Weston lines him up. There it is. He puts it in and snapped out of there by Annette Radford. Radford it is in the Victorian shirt. Annette Radford had it on a string this morning. Looking to do the same here. Ran into a bit of traffic. Copped some timber off Cass Milady. Katie Martin looks to make it a 1-on-1 contest, but it's Annette Radford still in control. Cass Milady trying to get a chop of the cherry. Couldn't get it. Pass didn't come off. And that back line will beat them all. And it'll be an umpire's call on that one. It'll be Kelly Allen. She'll take the 10-yard throw. Bounce come up nicely for her, and she'll sit and try and work her way out of the area. Got to step around Taylor Radford in order to do so. Takes on the wood. 30-yard line. Bounce went down. Unkind bounce. Good enough to get it. Volleys it in front. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Radford Eyes like a hawk, this young Radford girl. Played for Australia once or twice. And it shows as she comes through in possession now. Hard pressed there by the orange shirts. It's Radford. Runs into some traffic. Indicates left, going right. Heads for that 30-yard line. Volleys it over the top. Hard pressed by Kelly Allen there now. Drives around the front. The left-hand turn. A good little pony that is. And there's another one to Victoria. So that's the Vic 2 side that is 1 goal in front. And this little horse of Taylor Radford's looks for those goals and loves them. Far side of the field. Umpire throws it in, bounces off the twos, back over the sideline. So I'm guessing umpire Silito will throw it in once again. As we line them up. There it is. Ball's gone in. Snapped out of there by, that was Kim Templeton. The number 1 for the in the Traff colours. It was Kim Templeton. Puts the pass out to Kelly Allen. Kelly Allen carries the ball now. Ducks around. Cops one for her efforts off Martin. Kimmy Templeton's having a bit of trouble down in the area. Held out there. Unloaded was Allen by Radford. Unloaded it. Gets her own ball. Looks for the paddock. Hard pressed by Allen now, but it's still Radford. Checks up. Traffic coming through. Milady tries to get a cracker to it. Couldn't quite get there. So Taylor Radford, in come the orange defence. Nettie's trying to grab one, as she does nicely. Radford, bounce went down, come up, as it'll sit there in the top right-hand corner of the area. That's Radford, in control. They're 1 goal in front. She gathers her reins, goes around the top of the D, ducks left. Hard press there by Allen. She puts one high and over the top. And it was a nice goal there by Taylor Radford. So she was hard pressed by Kelly Allen, but good enough to sneak that one through. That'll put them in front by 2 goals. So we line up and Will Weston puts the ball in. It's gone out the back. Threes don't want it. No, whistle is on. And I do believe a hit down was indicated by umpire Silito. And she will march them all down to the goal scoring area of the Traff colours. Due to a hit down. Must have come from number 3 Racket. So therefore Kim Templeton take the 10-yard throw herself. The bounce come up nicely for her and she'll just sit and work out a plan on how to get down into that goal scoring area. It's Kim Templeton in control as Kelly Allen comes through to try and take one out of the equation. Runs into a bit of traffic but gets out of it, no worries. So Kim Templeton draws the whip now. Looks for that 30-yard line. Left or right, which way is she going to go? Bounce, traps. Oh, nice little manoeuvre there by Templeton. If you've seen that one, you've seen it here at Ballarat. But it's Kim Templeton in control. As she ducks around, rides in, gets around the 3, and will put them back into a 1-goal ball game. That's the end of the first chukker. That's time with the scoreline reads 3-2. 3 goals plays 2 is the official score at the end of the first chukker. Okay. With all these Victorian shirts out there, the umpires and commentator for that fact will have to have their wits about them out here. No, we've got some more shirts. Looks like we've got some sale shirts. Ladies and gentlemen, take your camera out. We might see Cam Templeton pull on a sale shirt. No, he's going to handball the shirts off. So we'll just wait to see which side will pull the shirts on, and that'll make it much easier for our umpires out there and also the players. So we're at the top of the second chukker. There's one goal in it in favour of the Vic 2, and they were the Victorian shirts. Yes. So in the Victorian shirts, there's one goal in it in favour of them. Okay, so it looks like it's the... Which big side's got the colours?
I'll have to find out now. No, I don't know.
They should hopefully stay the same. Okay, well, we'll call them the Vic 2s. Right, so the Vic 2s, they're in front by one goal, and that's the team of Elliot Avis, Justin Carlin and Jared Martin. Coming through, Cam Templeton couldn't quite get that one, but Jared Martin will. Gives him a twirl just for his efforts, and it's that man in the Sale shirt in Jared Martin. Martin played in the Sale colours once or twice before. As he dances around, ducking in and out of traffic here. Got to get around Dan Pullier, the number 2 for Victoria. But it's in control with Jared Martin. Heading for that 30-yard line. Pass went out. Couldn't quite make it to Avis, though. But it looks like Corey Byers, the number 3 for Victoria. He'll come out with it. And we've got to dance around his opposition in Elliot Avis. He's going to bring it out himself. Bounce went down and come up nicely for him. He's down there dancing on that 30-yard line. Here he goes. Makes the break now. Goes the 1-2 back to Cam Templeton. As Cam coming through, puts a bit of pace on now, looks to link up. No, Templeton's the one. He's going to take it himself. Bounce, traps, shoots. As easy as that. Never fear fifth gear. And that man Templeton can be dangerous when he's on his game. As we just seen then, taking the ball in centre field, which was a good move. And have a nice bit of cover offered there by his teammates, Dan Pullier and Corey Byers. And Templeton on that zippy little pony. Shot straight through the gap, found that 30-yard line and was coming for a reason. 2 goals apiece. Far side of the field, ball gets thrown in, snapped out of there by Martin. I don't know what happened, bounced off the 3s, but what a pickup from Martin. Put the long bomb out. He found Elliot Avis out in front like a good one should be. Avis capitalised, went bounce, trap, shoot, and that'll put him in front by 1. Elliot Avis.
So they're level then?
I think they're 1 goal in front, aren't they?
I'm confused. They've confused me with the shirts. Elliot's on... Who's Elliot play with? He plays with Vic, doesn't he? 1? He played with Kelly.
I think you've... I think they're the other way, because I reckon Cam and Kim were together, weren't they? No. They might not have been. So we might just ask the umpires for a little bit of time off. If we could have time off, please, Will. And just a member from one of the teams to come through the scorers and just make sure we've got their sides in correctly, please. We're a bit confused. Who's in your side?
You're with Taylor, aren't you? Or are you in the other team? So you're with... That's right. I've got it right.
That's right.
Yeah.
So Elliot, Hamish, Jared.
Yep.
Cam, me, Corey.
And you're on Taylor's team?
Yeah.
That's right. Cam, me, Corey. So that's right. And that's right. I was right.
Righto, you were right.
Okay, we're all sorted now with an official score.
1, 2, 3, 4 to 2.
4 goals plays 2 in favour of the Vic 2 side.
3 to 5, sorry.
3-5, sorry.
5.
3-5 in favour of the Vics. As we've snapped up the ball up the front. It looks like the 10-yard, the bounce didn't come off. And that man, Corey Byers, in the Victorian shirt, he'll come up with it. Looks up, finds Templeton on the lead. Templeton hard pressed by Hamish Carlin there. He's going to run that sideline, and Carlin hard pressed down in there. Puts the 1-2 out to his number 2 in Dan Pullier, who was out on his own. But looks like he's got red shirts all around him now as Carlin come through, give him one. Found Templeton. No, couldn't quite get it. But Templeton good enough to regather on the second attempt. And he'll sit there at the top of the D to do the battle with Jared Martin. Left and rights, up and downs. Which way's he going to go? He hasn't thrown it at all. But it's that man, Templeton, in control as he keeps that little pony moving. Jared Martin played a lot of 3 dummies, that one. Didn't even suck Martin in. Martin read that play beautifully as Templeton looks to do that move once again. But it looks like Martin might have his number here for this one. Templeton might have to go back to the drawing board. He's tried that move a couple of times now. As Templeton looking to make sure of it. Makes the break now. No, had a shot. I'm pretty sure Jared Martin was able to get a racket to that. So even though Jared Martin got attached to that ball, still doesn't count because there was an attempt shot on goal. So therefore, it'll be Jared Martin's ball from the spot. He's taken the 10-yard throw. Templeton now looking to grab it back. There's rackets flying everywhere. It's still Martin though. It'll sit there for that man Martin. Yes, it will. So the man in the red shirt, Jared Martin, the number 3, in the sail shirts, looks up, finds his man Avis, the number 1 for the goal scorer in reds. It's that man Avis, hard pressed there by Corey Byers, coming a bit too hot, and the whistle has been blown, and a free goal has been awarded, or advantage paid, whichever one you want to put it down to. And I reckon that'll put us at a score line. 6 goals plays 4 is the official score. 6-4. There's 2 goals in it still, midway through the second chukker. So 6-4 in favour of the Reds. Ball's gone in. Couldn't quite make it to the 3s. That man Martin had his measure then. He sold some candy too once he picked it up. He said, sorry, Bizey, but this one's for me. But it's that man Martin still in control. Jared Martin, the number 3 for the Reds. Looks up, finds Avis. Pass went out. Nicely taken by Avis there too. Avis not too keen to take on the stick from Corey Byers, but he wore one then, twice, 3 times. Side shot comes through and the flags go up. And that'll put them in front by 3 goals. Seven goals plays 4 in favour of the Reds. Line up, far side of the field. Ball's come out and looks like it's going to be Byers this time. That man Byers, he's going to run the gauntlet. Cops 1, 2, got around him as well. As he looks out, found his number 1 in Templeton. And that man Byers sticking it right to the man. And that's the end of the second chukker, right down there in front of the bar, ladies and gentlemen. Those sponsors, did you get a look at that one? Because I know I certainly did. And that man, Corey Byers, sticking it to the man, running it to the line, and that'll put him in front. That'll put the Reds in front by 2 goals. Oh, yeah. Where is he at? Righto. So we're just waiting on an umpire down there on the green field. It'll be Harry Vines. You're meant to be umpiring down there on the green field. He's coming. He's on his way. He is coming down there for the players down the green field. Your umpire is on his way. So, as we welcome back to the field, riding on in the coloured shirts, looks like we'll stay the same. The number 1, Kim Templeton, the number 2, Cass Milady, and the number 3, Kelly Allen. For the Victorians, it'll be the number 1, Taylor Radford, the number 2, Kylie Jolly, and the number 3 is Katie Martin. Umpire Weston with the ball in starters' hands now. Top of the third chukker. Time on call by umpire Weston. Snapped up the front there by Kim Templeton, the number 1 from the Traff shirt. They are up by 2 goals, and it's Kim Templeton. Looks to make that break down into the bottom right-hand corner of the area. Gets over that 30-yard line, crosses the deadly range. But here she is, got to step around the number 3 in Katie Martin. So it's Kim Templeton, the goal scorer for the orange side. Makes a break now, door opens up. She's taken it, and that'll put them in front by 3 goals. Scoreline that reads 8. 8-5, is it? 8 goals, plays 5. We're just waiting. On what field? We're just waiting on Casterton and Cryo B grade on the red field. Looks like we've got some Cryo players out there, but Casterton and Cryo on the B grade on the red field. Meanwhile, A grade action, test match action. Seeing Kimmy Templeton, she's seen it do it before, and she's done it again. As that'll push them out to a 4-goal lead now. 9 goals, plays 5. The blue shirts. They need to shut this lady in Kim Templeton down. Ball's gone out. It's snapped out of there by Kelly Allen. What a great take it was too. The number 3 in the orange shirt. Makes the break, puts the shoulder in front of the pony. Look at the Bayall stretch out, puts the pass out, but it was an absolute shocker. Kim Templeton was good enough to regather though. I thought that one was out. Kim Templeton kept it alive and it'll sit on the ground. Who will it be, Martin or Templeton? No, looks like it'll sit there for number 3, Katie Martin. Kim Templeton trying to get down to that ball. Can't quite get it. It'll be Martin. She comes up with it, and the ball is in the racket. Number 3, out over the back line. Kim Templeton doing a heap. No, it wasn't still in the area. Kim Templeton with a pick-up, drop around the front. A nice goal there by Kim Templeton. Things that you just don't deserve, and Kim didn't deserve that one. She did everything that she could. She volleyed it back in, turned it round. Katie Martin had it. She sent her over the back line, all the while to bring it, turn around, pick it up, and shoot that goal. Great effort there by the number 1 in the orange shirt, Kim Templeton. 10 goals, plays 5 in favour of the orange. Ball's gone in again, and Katie Allen, she's come up with it. Yes, she had. Kelly Allen, sorry. She's come up with a bit of traffic coming through. Looks for Kim, sounds her out in front. Nice pass there. That's a bit better, that one. And Kim Templeton puts her through the sticks, and they'll push it out to a 6-goal lead to the shirts. So Kelly Allen gaining possession there. Ran into a bit of traffic, but sat there. Traffic opened up, and away she went. Found her number 1. Oh, Cass Milady splucked it out of the lineup there. The number 2 in the Traff shirt comes through. Taylor Radford looks to get a crack at a racket. Couldn't quite get it though. It's Cass Milady out in front. Finds Templeton. Yes, she does. And that number 1 for Traff in Kim Templeton. She'll do the dance once again with Katie Martin. So it's the goal shooter from the Traff shirt. That number 1 in Kim Templeton. She drives around the front. Around. Flags go up. Waved all clear. Another one on the board for the Traff colours. So the Vic shirts, they need to do something about this. The combination of Milady, Allen and Templeton just really starting to walk all over these other girls. They're having a bad one, the Vics. They need something. We got a bit of time off. We have a bit of time. Time off for a minute, guys. Time off. Time off. No, I'm right, thanks. I think they're right now, Will. The horse was just going to carry on. So we're right to restart play here on the main field. Okay, so the umpires will restart the game. No goal that was scored. The goal was waved away.
Just swap makes with you.
Yep. So the goal was waved away, so therefore it'll be the number 3, Kelly Allen. Took the 10-yard throw, couldn't handle it though. Taylor Radford, she could, she liked it. Look at that pony, look at the check, the duck, the dive, the weave. Heads for the 30-yard line. No, too much traffic. Indicators going left, she drives around the front, finds it, hard pressed down in there in that Devil's Corner. Look at the left turn on the pony. And it's Taylor Radford, gets out of trouble. Holy moly, what about the moves on that pony of Radford's? Ducks and dives and weaves, and what a good goal by Radford there. Just what they needed. It'll push it back to a 5-goal margin. Ball's gone in, snapped out of there by the number 3, Katie Martin. They've rallied again. The Victorian girls. Martin drops the hammer, looks up, finds Radford. Nice take it was there too. As Taylor Radford does the dance down there with Kelly Allen. Ducks left, shimmies right, leans out, has a shot, pulls it back to a 4-goal margin. An official scoreline that will read 7-11. Seven goals plays 11 in favour of the Orange. Far side of the field with umpire Silito. Lines them up. They're all there. And she puts it in. It's out the back. It'll sit there for Martin. No, it won't. It'll sit there for Kylie Jolly, the number 2 for the Victorians in the blue shirt. It's Kylie Jolly. And that is time. That's the end of the 3rd chukker. And that'll give us a scoreline that reads 11 goals plays 7. As we've still got 3 to go. And then a little bit later on, we'll see the exhibition game between Australia and New Zealand. Yep. Yeah, one Blakey. All right. So we step back onto the field. We welcome back for the Reds, for the Colours. I think they might stay the same. It'll go Elliot Avis in number 1. Hamish Carlin, number 2. No? Yep. So it'll be Elliot Avis up the front, Hamish Carlin in the middle, and Sam Cook playing out the back in the number 3 position. As we ride on for the Victorians, it looks like it'll be Cam Templeton up the front, Dan Collier the number 2 position, and Corey Byes the number 3. Here we are, scorers into the field, time on call, ball gets thrown in, snapped out of there by that man, the Cookster. That man on the baldy face horse, chops a bit off Templeton, lets him fly though, as it's that man Sam Cook in control. Hard press there by Dan Pullier, wheels his pony around, looking to escape the racket, finds Avis, does so nicely. It's a man in the red shirt in the goal scoring area, is that man in Elliot Avis. Avis now looks to do the dance once again with Corey Byes. It's Elliot Avis in control on the chestnut pony. Waits for his opportunity. Makes his break now. Drives on the front. Nice goal there by the number 1, Elliot Avis. Not rushing it at all. Makes sure of his goals. And delivers. So Sam Cook able to pluck that one out, which gives him a good start. That'll be 8 goals, plays 11. 8 goals, plays 11. Ball's gone in. It was snapped out of there by the 2's Hamish Carlin, still in control. The number 2 for the red shirts. In come the Victorian defence. Couldn't quite get him though. Hamish Carlin looks up, finds Avis. Oh, the sneaky backhand around the back. Nice bit of work there by the young fellas. Elliot Avis and Hamish Carlin played a bit together as Byes comes through and lays a serious one on him. But Avis too good. He wore that and he'll push the scoreline out even more.
Chuckers, that's what they've done. The mix swap the boys around.
Oh, yeah.
Right, what I'm doing. I know where I am.
Righto.
Right in that pressure cooker. Umpire Will Weston. He lines them up. Ball's gone in. It's out the back. It's gone way out the back. It'll be Byes with the offside pick up. No, he nearly come off. He threw it away. It's Dan Pullier. And Corey Byes nearly had it, but it's Pullier. Is he going to wear one off Avis? No, he won't. Looks up, finds his one in Templeton. Templeton hit the post. Ball bounced back in. And he'll sit there for that man, the number 3 in the red shirt, in Sam Cook. Sam Cook looks up, finds Hamish Carlin, all out on his own. Hamish Carlin ducks around the back of traffic, works out his plan. The Victorian defence come through. He caught 1, 2. Sam Cook offering a nice bit of cover. But here come the Victorian defence. Will they get to him in time? No, they won't. Traffic coming through. The pass went out to Avis. And now it is in the goal-scoring racket of the number 1, Elliot Avis, where he plays a bit of cat and mouse with Byes, ducks around the front, rides into an open goal with a scoreline that will read 10 goals, plays 11.
No. Oh, well, no, the other team. The Cascades chukker.
Yep.
Right, yeah, so the blue.
Blue. So snapped out of there by Corey Byes, put out the lob pass to Templeton, couldn't quite make it, and that means Hamish Carlin, he's seen it, he snapped on it, copped a bit of stick off Pullier. Good enough though, Sam Cook comes through to take Templeton out of the equation. Here's Hamish Carlin, takes the swing off Templeton, looks to run it now. Cook comes in to take him out of the game. Nice bit of teamwork there by Sam Cook. He's Elliot Avis out in front, couldn't quite handle the pass from Hamish Carlin though, and it's Corey Byes will bring it out on him. Bounces over the 30-yard line, heads down. Looking to link up with the number 1 in Cam Templeton. Makes the break now, no passing quite on. Byes' horse stumbled, looks up, finds Templeton. Pass is, no. Byes thinks better of it. They need to work it out, puts a high Hail Mary straight to Sam Cook. Cook couldn't quite handle it though, and it's down there. Looks like Cook will be first back onto it, as Sam Cook will bring it out of the area. Bit of confusion in the Victorian side there. Puts a long bomb out to Elliot Avis. Avis, offside pickup. Hard press there by Corey Byes, but Elliot Avis, cool as a cucumber. Look at him go. Bounces over there. No pressure. Now goes for a ride. Settles himself. Ducks into the racket. Not going to take on the stick from Byes there. And it'll be Elliot Avis in control. In control. The goal scoring number 1 rolls it down on the ground under his neck. And that'll put goal number... So that's Elliot's 4th goal for the chukker. That time up?
11, yep.
So that'll tie them all up at 11 goals apiece. As we're in the late stages of the 4th chukker. We line them up. Ball's gone in, out the back. No, it won't. It bounced on the 3s. Hamish Carlin, he's seen it. The Reds, they're running away with it. Oh, the fancy racket work by Avis. Holy moly. That man, Elliot Avis, the eye coordination from the young fella there, volleyed it up, setting it through, able to send it over the 30-yard line where he was capitalised on that. And that might be a contender for goal of the year. A nice bit of work by the number 1, Elliot Avis, and his number 2, the engine room in the guts, doing all the work, Hamish Carlin. Far side of the field, ball gets thrown in. Who will it be? No, it'll be Cook, Byes, Carlin, Templeton. He'll come up with it, the number 1. They all left it there, but he didn't. And now it's Templeton as he works his way down. Dan Puglia comes through to take Carlin out of the equation, and that's the end of the 4th chukker. That is time. So that'll... I think they might have the Colours up by 1 goal, Jack. 12 goals, plays 11 in favour of the Colours in this Victoria versus Victoria exhibition match. And those of you that don't know, these games throughout the weekend are being live streamed all throughout the world. We got our man behind the scenes there, Joe McNally, doing all the hard work, making it all happen. So this is broadcasted all around the world. The action from the Ballarat Polo Cross Carnival 2019. So while we've got a couple of minutes, we just need the Central Balan A grade and Corio A grade. If you could make your way to the orange field, you need it. Who's umpiring that match there, Steve?
Charlie Grills.
Charlie Grills. He'll be there to umpire that match, that A grade game on the orange field. And Matt Davison. That's between Corio and Central Balan A grade. Meanwhile, 5th chukker, top of the 5th. The women are back on. Ball's gone in. Hedler looks like Kelly Allen in the number 2 position. She couldn't quite come up with it. Cass Milady, she didn't want it. They'll leave it all there for the number 1 in Kim Templeton. Templeton now, she's seeing it. Ducked around Taylor Radford and looks to do battle with Katie Martin once again. It's Kim Templeton in control. The goal scorer in the Traff shirts, the Colours. Kim Templeton, shimmy to the right, shake to the left. Flags go up, that'll put them in front by 2 goals. Far side of the field now. Umpire Silito. Ball goes in, it's out the back. It's gone way out the back. And it'll be Martin or Milady. No, neither of them wanted it. It'll sit there in amongst the 2s. Oh, stopping in traffic coming through. Radford, left it behind. No, Milady. Who wants it? It's all on the ground. Templeton, she can see it. No, she can't. There's somebody reads it. There's rackets and legs and bell boots and bandages. They're everywhere. It's Kim Templeton, the number 1 for the Colours. She's come up with it. And it's Kim Templeton. You just time off as it will, or? So he's got a bit of time off was called by umpires. with a safety issue regarding horses' reins and stuff just getting tangled up, which happens from time to time in amongst the pack. So it'll be Kim Templeton to restart play from the spot where umpire Silito says. Takes the 10-yard throw, bounce come up nicely for her. And now once again she'll work her way down to the area. Hard press there by Kylie Jolly. Taylor Radford comes in to get a chop at the cherry. Can't quite get it though, as Kim Templeton gets herself out of traffic. Meets Katie Martin down there on the 30-yard line. Got a very nasty bounce, and that ball's still in the area as Kim Templeton regathers her reins. The number 3 for Victoria, Katie Martin. She can see it. She's picked it up and regained control of the ball. And she sets herself to make her exit out of the area down there. We've seen her pass it off a couple of times as Taylor Radford's out on the lead. She's looking for the pass by the look of that. No, she's going to bring it herself. The Hail Mary pass comes out, and what a pass it was. But Radford was sent over the sideline, 1-2 back to Jolly, and then riding shotgun right down there. The pass went out. Oh, beautifully taken by Radford. That was an extremely hard pass there. The number 3, Cash Milady, was right in the middle of it. Radford had to be quick to grab that one, as she did. And it'll be at the top of the D where Radford makes a break, steps around Milady, and that'll pull them back to a 1-goal ball game. So it's a 1-goal lead in favour of the Colours. And we're midway through the 5th chukker, the last chukker of the women's. Ball's gone in, bounced off the 3s. It'll sit there for Jolly. Yes, it will. No, flicked it out in front. It'll sit for the 2nd, 3rd. Will she get it? No, the sideline will beat them. The sideline will beat them all. So the umpires have called it a orange ball from the sideline. Or Kim Templeton, she'll take the 10-yard throw. She's got to get in that area and send it over that 30-yard line. Does so. Unkind bounce once again, but good enough to regather. Rides in, turns into an open goal. They put them back in front by 2 goals. Kylie Jolly just unlucky there. Couldn't quite gain possession on it. And as a result, it fell into the racket of Kim Templeton, where a dangerous lady with the ball in there. As she's demonstrated these last few chukkers. We're on the far side of the field now with umpire Lawrence Silito. She's not quite happy with the lineup though. She's put it in now. It's bounced off the 2s. It's fell out the traff side. No, Katie Martin on the baldy face pony. She can see it. She runs them all too. Kelly Allen, will she get to it? Pass went out to Radford. Couldn't quite come off though. And the ball must still be in down there in the goal scoring area of Radford. She's seen it. Knocked it way out of trouble. And now she'll go for a ride around the top of the D, drives around the front, and there it is. They push it back to a 1-goal margin. Scorers end of the field now with umpire Will Weston. He lines them up, sends the ones back, puts it in. It looks like it's snapped out of there by Kim Templeton. She had eyes for it. She's got 3 this game, I think, as Kim Templeton, the number 1. Once again, the goal scorer. She ducks her way in and out of traffic. She's got to get around. Hard pressed by Kylie Jolly there. Cash Milady comes through to take one out of the equation. Radford coming in, looking for a crack at the back at that ball. Nice cover work off there by Kelly Allen. Look at that, putting Radford out of the game, which will make it a 1-on-1 contest for Kim Templeton. As she looks to take on Katie Martin now, puts the volley over the top, the 30-yard line. Bounce come up nicely for her that time and rides into an open goal. Now, that was a nice goal there by Kim Templeton, but none of that is made possible without the help of her 2 teammates, Kelly Allen and Cass Milady, taking a player out of the game, which gives Kim 1 job and 1 player to contend with, and that was Katie Martin. And on this occasion, she got the better of her and was able to capitalise and adds another goal on the board for the orange side. And put your hands together, folks. That's the end of the 5th chukker, and it lets us a playoff. That is the last time you'll see him in this game. For the Orange Vic side, it was Kim Templeton, Cass Milady, Katie Martin. For the Blue side, it was Taylor Radford, Kylie Jolly, and Cass Milady. How could I forget Cass? How could I forget Cass?
I don't think it's to do with pay.
In there, Jimbo? So an unofficial score. Actually, I can give you an official score. 14 plays 16 in favour of the Colours. There's 2 goals in it as we ride on for the last in this Victoria versus Victoria game. And we'll see a bit more of this level of polo cross, boys and girls, a little bit later on today when we see the New Zealand side take on the Australians. And that'll be right here on the Olympus Horse Feed main field, right where this game is being played right now, the blue field. That'll be a fantastic match to watch as we're still waiting on Corio A grade and good to go. Righto, Corio A grade and Central's Balan A grade. You've got 2 umpires out there. They're looking pretty thirsty, those fellas, so I reckon they'll nearly just push the timer and call time on. So Corio A grade and Central's Balan. You just make your way out there. They are ready to go. Righto, so we welcome back to the field the Victorian men's. There's 2 goals in it in favour of the Colours. We've had a swap around. Sammy Cook and Hamish Carlin, they've swapped. Looks like we've had a swap for the Vics too. It snapped out of there by Hamish Carlin. He puts the long bomb out to Avis. Look at the skills from the young lad. He snatched that one out of the racket of... well, I think Jared Martin wasn't even meant to be in there. So that's why he wouldn't have taken it. But that was a nice bit of work there by these 2 young fellas from the Reds. Hamish Carlin grabbing the ball, put that long pass out into Avis, and Avis had his horse stretched out. And they put him in front by 3 goals. Far side of the field now with umpire Silito. Ball's gone in. It bounced off the twos. It'll sit there for that man once again in Sam Cook. Sam Cook looks back, finds Carlin playing in the number 3 position, this chukker. Jared Martin can't quite get to him. Offered a bit of cover there from Cook, but it's Carlin. Puts a pass into Avis now, and Avis in the top left-hand corner of the area. Ducks a little dive, puts a turn in. Got to get around his number 3, and Puglia does so nicely. Rolls her through, and that'll put him in front by 4. So Elliot Avis really likes that top left-hand corner. He's able to get his pony up to a nice bit of pace, and he ducks left, shimmies right. We've seen it do it before, and he's got a nice style about him, this young Avis fella. As we roll through, he's put his team in front by 4 goals. And these red fellas out here, they're really starting to make it happen. The Victorians, they need something. The blue shirts, they've got to pull one down. As they do nicely, it's falling down the blue side. It'll sit there. Byes can see it. Yes, he can. No, he's left it behind. But a whistle has been called from umpire Will Weston, where a hit down was indicated by umpire Weston on behalf of, not too sure who, but a red shirt. So therefore, Jared Martin, he'll take it from the spot where Weston says, puts a pass back to Byes. Shocking pass it was, but Byes good enough to regather and get hold of it. Dan Puglia comes through to make it a one-on-one contest, which leaves Byes just Sam Cook to deal with. Ducks left and right as they make their way down the field. It's Corey Byes, the number 2 for Victoria, in control. The man in the blue shirt looks to take on the stick from Sam Cook as he takes one off him and lets him fly by. Puts a high, long pass over the top to Jared Martin, playing in the number 1 position. It's that man, Jared Martin, sat there just picking cherries like a good one should do. And he rolls around, still in control of the ball. He's got to do a dance with Hamish Carlin. It's Jared Martin. Played his fair share of number 3 over the years. Not today, as Victoria in the blue shirts, they pull one back, and that gives us a scoreline of 15 goals, plays 18. So the red shirts by 3 goals. Far side of the field. Ball's gone in. Snapped out of there by Hamish Carlin. The shout come out from his number 1 in Avis. So they put the 1-2. We've got racket dramas going on down there as Elliot Avis. He's riding one, leading one. It's Elliot Avis. Still in control. He unhooks the racket and claims it back to Jared Martin. It's Elliot Avis still in control. And he'll look to take on the wood from Dan Puglia. No, thinks better of it. Dives under the neck. And that'll put him in front once again by 4 goals. 19 plays 15. So the blue shirts, they need to make it happen as the ball goes in. It's gone out the back. Who will it be? It'll be that man, Carlin, unloaded by Byes. Look at the racket work from Byes there. He puts a high one over the top for the backhander. And what about the skills from that man, Byes? Found Martin, Jay Martin. He ran into a bit of trouble now. The red shirts, they swarm him. But it's that man, Martin. He puts the 1-2 out to Dan Puglia. Didn't want it though. He left it on the ground. Good enough to regather. Ran the arc. Byes comes back through. Byes comes through to take one out of the job, which leaves Puglia just Sam Cook to deal with. Looks up, finds Martin. Martin's going to run it. Hard angle shot. No goal. Waved away down there by the goal umpire, Zach Vines. So I think Jared Martin had the Jake break on, but didn't quite come off. And that means Hamish Carlin took the 10-yard throw, put the 1-2 back to his teammate and Sam Cook. That's one thing these red shirts have done pretty well all game. They've shared that ball around. And he's been unloaded where Jared Martin's just sent him off, racket and all. And the Hail Mary pass into Elliot Avis was put on by Hamish Carlin. It looks like it'll sit there for Dan Puglia. He's going to get to it. No, neither of them can see it. It's under there somewhere, boys. Who's it going to be? It'll be that number 3 for the Victorian shirts in the blue. In Dan Puglia, he picked it up, but I think he might have been forced over that sideline, or the back line, I should say. Therefore, Elliot Davis, the goal scorer for the Reds. Takes a 10-yard throw. Gathers. Drives around the front. And there's another one on the board for the Reds. And put your hands together, folks, 'cause that's the end of this game. The end of the last chukker. The winner here is Victoria, with a score line of 20 goals to 16 in favour of the Reds. So thanks to our umpires, Will Weston and Lauren Silito. Also our scorers.